looking towards the future.
The honourable member for Hastings, Lennox and Addington.
The cost of everything is rising at historic rates, and Canadians are at a breaking point. Seniors in HLNA and across this country do not want a handout. They want the dignity and respect that they have earned. They want to regain pride in being Canadian. They need a government that works for them, not against them. Mr. Speaker, when will this Prime Minister stop dodging questions in this House and tell working-class Canadians and low-income seniors what he's doing to fix this abysmal economic situation he helped create?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the honourable member for the question. Seniors have worked all their lives, and they deserve to be safe and financially secure later in life. Our Liberal government is delivering on our promise to increase OAS by 10% for those 75 and older, strengthening support for all Canadians later in life. Since 2015, Mr. Speaker, our Liberal government has restored the age of eligibility for OAS to 65, increased GIS for single seniors, and strengthened CPP for future retirees, which was mirrored by the QPP. During the pandemic, we took action to provide seniors needed support with special tax-free payments and a GST top-up. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Charleswood, St. James, Assiniboia, Headingley.
Mr. Speaker, constituents in my riding can barely afford to fill up their cars. They spend more and more of their income on the most basic of necessities. The Liberals say they're working hard to deliver real change for Canadians. The truth is just the opposite. Canadians are giving all their hard-earned change to the Liberals. Mr. Speaker, can the Minister of Finance show just a little compassion, give Canadians a break, and promise no new tax increases in the April 7th budget?
The Honourable Minister of Tourism and Associate Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And while we have to wait just over a week to learn the full contents of the budget, I'm very happy to share today some facts that speak directly to affordability. Fact, a single mom with 2 kids will receive $13,600 from the Canada Child Benefit. Fact, the average family in Saskatchewan will get almost $1,000 in their carbon price rebate. Fact, seniors receive $500 this summer, and we're increasing OAS by 10%. Fact, a student will save more than $3,000. Those are the facts.
Okay. The honourable member for Edmonton Riverbend.
Conservatives have started the Housing Task Force, Mr. Speaker. Want to know why? It's because this government continues to fail Canadians when it comes to the price of homes. One example, Mr. Speaker, when it comes to first-time homebuyers program, they've only been able to change the criteria 3 times in the last 2 years. One other example, Mr. Speaker, the Shared Equity Mortgage Program. They've only had 9 applications in a 3 years and a 5-year program. They have doubled the average price of homes in Canada, Mr. Speaker. How can this minister continue to say his programs work?
The Honourable Minister of Housing.
I'll just give the honourable member one example of the large national housing strategy.
Let's just find a little bit of. There you go. The Honourable Minister of Housing.
Mr. Speaker, the honourable member asked which programs work. I'll just give him one small example that is making a significant impact on the lives of his constituents. The Canada Housing Benefit is helping 35,000 households with rent in Alberta. That's a program in the National Housing Strategy. But perhaps the honourable member may speak to some of his colleagues. The member for Stormont Dundas South Glengarry believes that we should stop investing in affordable housing through the National Housing Strategy, and that we should stop investing in the first-time homebuyer incentive. He should speak to his caucus members who don't believe in federal investments in housing.
The Honourable Member for Victoria.
Mr. Speaker, the climate crisis is putting everything we value at risk. Yet the Liberals' emissions reduction plan clearly doesn't meet the urgency of the crisis. Inadequate ambition, massive subsidies to unproven carbon capture technology. This government continues to put the interests of big oil and gas above protecting the workers who are impacted by the climate crisis. Climate delay won't cut it. We must act now. With the upcoming budget, will the Liberals finally take the climate crisis seriously?
The Honourable